In 2014, Dan Markel was shot senselessly in his driveway. He and his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, could only agree on one thing. They both loved their boys. In 2018, police will start making arrests related to Dan Markel's murder. To date, there has been 5 arrests and 4 convictions in Dan Markel's murder. 3 of those convictions will result in life sentences, 1 in a 19-year sentence. So let's take a look at what exactly happened to Dan Markel on that eerie day in July 2014. Charlie Adelson, Wendy Adelson's brother, a successful periodontist, would seek out to end his sister's trouble with her ex-husband, Dan Markel. He did so by hiring a hitman, Sigfredo Garcia, the father of Adelson's then girlfriend, Catherine McBenowar's children. Garcia would enlist his best friend, Luis Riviere. The pair would travel from Miami to Tallahassee to carry out the murder. Riviere would be the first to talk to police, resulting in a 19-year prison sentence. Garcia and McBenower would maintain their innocence. McBenower's first trial would result in a hung jury. She and Garcia would eventually be sentenced to life in prison, leaving their children without 2 parents. In 2023, Charlie would also receive life in prison. Phone conversations at the jail would uncover his mom, Donna Adelson, had one of 2 plans: to commit suicide or flee the country. She picked option 2. In her attempt to flee, police would apprehend her at the airport. She was set to stand trial in October 2024. Her lawyer, Josh Dubin, would withdraw himself just as trial was set to start, as he also represented Charlie Adelson and previously had a waiver in which Charlie withdrew. Donna's new lawyer has talked about making a deal with the state's attorney's office. Alex Morris has years of working with Jack Campbell, and Jack Campbell has said he's open to negotiations. Would this result in an arrest of Wendy Adelson, Dan Markel's ex-wife?
Mr. Morris mentioned after court on Tuesday that with him taking over as lead counsel and Mr. Rashbaum leaving, that it could open the door to plea negotiations or negotiations with the state.
Sure. Mr. Morris is a great trial attorney. I think if he says that, I look forward to it. Once again, there's a reason why plea negotiations are supposed to be kept confidential, and so I'm not going to speak as to it at all. I can tell you, we probably 98, 99% of the cases this office handles are resolved through some type of negotiation. So we're willing to negotiate and talk. Have no fear. Nothing will be done without consultation with the Markel family. So there's nothing secret that will be done. We don't talk about it because, candidly, for negotiations to go back and forth, the law requires it to be confidential on both sides. So if he wants to begin negotiations, I would love to do negotiations. We negotiate on the overwhelming majority of our cases. I look forward to talking to him about it. Once again, Ms. Kappelman will be the point on that, but I'm sure I will be consulted. But there's nothing secret that's going to happen where this would be, and I think the fear of a lot of people watching this interview or reading your paper, if there was a negotiation, it would all come out before it was finalized. So we would notify the media, the family would know, and there's no secret deal. Everything will eventually come out, but it begins in earnest through conversations back and forth. And so that would be just like we don't tell y'all while we're investigating a crime what our evidence is. We eventually show you our evidence in trial. That would be same with a plea negotiation, just like anytime y'all come and see us pleading a case out. The terms of the plea are all discussed, the family is consulted, and we'd be able to talk about it. But it's way too early at this point to anticipate if the negotiations will go anywhere and what any terms would be. That would be speculation at this point. And I heard that interview and watched it, and was interested when I saw it, and so I look forward to talking to him. I've worked with him for 20 years now. I trust him when he says that that's an effort that he would like to take. Sounds good to me. But candidly, Ms. Adelson continues to have her Sixth Amendment right, so she may hire a totally different lawyer, or she could fire Mr. Morris. I don't know what she's going to do. And so I've learned over the years, don't count on anything until it's final. And so that's where, right now, everybody, I think to use his word, he's regrouping. My guess is that she is too. We certainly are. And we'll take the next step when the next step gets there.